everyone, it's Moose, and thank you so much for having me back here today. We're doing a reading vlog on something I'm really excited about. Today we're going to be talking about The Golden Enclaves by Naomi Novik. This is the last book in the Scholomance trilogy. I'm so excited. I pre-ordered this book. I was so excited for it when I finished The Last Graduate, which is book 2 in the series. My heart broke and my mind went crazy waiting on this one. I'm so excited to read this one. I have started reading it. I started reading the physical copy and I'm just not having time to read physically here lately. So I did have a credit on Audible that I'm using to listen to it currently. I'm on like chapter 5, maybe. Not super far into it, but getting into it at the same time, you know. Let me just preface. Spoiler warning. This is the 3rd book in the series. So if you haven't read the first 2 books, maybe you shouldn't watch this video. And if you don't want spoilers for this book, maybe you shouldn't watch this video. Come back and watch it after you've read the book. Or if you just don't care about spoilers, I guess. I can't do that. I care about spoilers, but you've been warned. So excited. I did record a clip before I got to do my intro part that I'll put in now. Okay, I'm whispering because my son is playing. My daughter's napping. Pretty sure my mom is napping. I'm on page 21. I think I said this. Spoilers. I'm on page 21. And, sorry. I'm so excited. Elle thinks Orion is dead. And now she's sitting on like a log. And there's a bird that is calling out to her, and I'm hoping it's Orion. I'm hoping Orion like somehow got out and is now coming to try to find her, and is using this bird to like guide him to her. I hope that's it. I'm so disappointed that she didn't get him right away. It wasn't Orion. I can't remember what I said in it. All I know is that I was super upset that Orion doesn't get saved at the beginning of this one. That was the whole reason I pre-ordered this book, was to figure out what happened to him. And I feel empty right now reading this and him not being there. I feel empty. Whoa, I left marks on my forehead from this. I feel a little empty. I wanted him to be saved right away, and I'm a little disappointed that Elle has kind of just given up as soon as she has. I know he's not going to stay in the void. I know she's going to find some way to save him, but at the same time, like, I wish it would go ahead and happen. That's where I'm at right now. Right now, I'm currently in London. She has just saved the London Enclave from a mall mouth, and Liesl is trying to talk her into basically going on their crusade together. That's where I'm at right now. Liking it so far. Excited to finish it. I hope to finish it this week. Hopefully it won't take too long. Hey, I just wanted to update you because I have made decent progress. I'm on chapter 11. I listened to it a lot. We went on a long walk and I just listened to my audiobook while I was pushing the kids. Besides the point. I hate this because I feel like I'm getting into a little bit of a rut. I want to read other things right now than this, which is throwing me for a loop because I have been so excited for this book since I read The Last Graduate, since I finished that one. And I guess just the fact that Orion isn't, like, Elle isn't after Orion right away. Like, she's planning it out right now. One of the things that bothers me the most is this relationship that has popped up between Elle and Liesl. I think it comes out of nowhere. It did not make sense to me. They like hook up on a train or something like, or a plane or something like that. And it does not make sense to me. It doesn't, I don't know. I don't like it. I think it detracts from Elle's relationship with Orion. And it makes me less excited to read this. I feel like Liesl's going to backstab her in some way. But I don't think there had to be any kind of like romantic physical relationship for that to happen. I didn't like that part, and it's kind of thrown me off a little bit. I'm currently at the part where they have found the entrance to the Scholomance, And Ella's getting ready to go inside and look for Orion and the Maulmouth. She thinks he's dead. She thinks he's dead. She thinks he's in the Maulmouth, you know, being perpetually eaten. I don't think so. I don't know what's happened, but I don't think he's in the Maulmouth. He's definitely okay. And he's going to come back and help with the Enclave situation. I know that's happening. If it doesn't happen, I'm going to be shook. But right now, I just wanted to say that I am in a little bit of a rut when it comes to this book. But I'm pushing through. And I hope it turns out good. Okay, bye. Okay, I think I figured it out. I'm going to start. I have my book right here. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to stay up, you know, a little bit each night and read it physically, because I think the audiobook might be why I'm in a little bit of a rut. The narrator on Audible does fine. Not, you know, she's fine. But it's not the way she reads Elle's writing is not the same way that I read it in my head. So it's, I find myself like consciously thinking like that's not how I would have read that in my mind, in terms of like inflections and stuff like that, which matter and in regards to my perception of these characters. So I'm going to read it physically. I'm going to find my place. I'm on chapter 12. And they found Orion, but he's like a hollow husk, and I'm so sad about it. I'm hoping that Elle's mom will be able to fix him. I think she will. If anybody can do it, she can do it. So yeah, just wanted to update you on that. I am going to read it physically. Okay, I'm this far. I'm like halfway into this book right now, and did not realize I was that far into it. I am a little nervous about that. I feel like there's a lot that needs to happen, and I think this is the last book in the series. I did not realize that we were like halfway through already, so I'm a little nervous. Hopefully it has a good ending. I had this thought earlier when they first found him. I'm getting Hunger Games vibes when Peeta is taken to the Capitol and doesn't really want to be rescued. My heart is breaking. I hate this. Heyo, I'm on page 273. More than halfway through now. I just finished a bath. I sat in my bath and read for like an hour. I loved it. I love reading in a bath. I don't get to do it very often, especially since having kids. And I think that's the first time I've done it since living in this house. We moved in April, so it's great. I feel like I read a little slower in the bath just because I'm soaking everything up all at once, but that's besides the point. I'm currently at the part where they are saving Lou. And I need to go back and reread this section a little bit, because from what I gather, they're making her into a Maulmouth. But I need to reread it to grasp why. But the fact that they're making her into a Maulmouth I'm a little shook. So are Maulmouths just created, or like by people, or can they, spawn on their own? I guess I don't know how else to say it. I'm shook either way, because if they can't spawn on their own, if they have to be created, then who in the world created Patience and Fortitude? These are all the questions that are banging around in my mind. And are they creating Lou to one day kill her and use that mana to make their own enclave? Or are they creating the Maulmouth to destroy Beijing's enclave? I don't know. I'm going to go back and reread this section, but these are all the thoughts that are jumping in my head. I'll let you know when I reread it and maybe what my firm thoughts are. Okay, I'm still not entirely sure, but I think it's to build their own enclave. So they need a bunch of mana, all through one source, like one wizard. And apparently, creating the mole mouth is what does that, because the mole mouths, that's all they do, is they just suck everything out of people. So they suck all that mana out. I'm still not sure how that works. I'm still a little confused. I just finished that chapter. She just saved Beijing. I'm on chapter 14. She's getting ready to go to Dubai, apparently, because chapter 14 is called Dubai. I'm worried for Orion. I don't want him to be soulless. And that kind of seems like that's what's happening. I feel like there's not enough pages left to really get what we need. I'm on 295, and there's like right over 400. So I'm a little over 300 pages away from being done. What did I just say? I'm a little over 100 pages from being done. And I feel like there's still too much left to happen. If she's going to go around and create all of her enclaves and save Orion and maybe save the other enclaves, what's going to happen with Ophelia, Orion's mom? I don't know. I feel so conflicted about this book right now. It's not what I wanted at all. It's not what I expected at all. And I hate that because I was so excited for it. Okay, again. Liesel and Elle on their way to Dubai. And they just hooked up in the airplane bathroom. And again, I don't get it. Orion's back. Elle obviously still loves him. It's just like a physical thing. And I guess I'm just not about that. So I don't really like it. Throws me off a little bit. Okay, I think I'm understanding a little bit. The mole mouths really are the center of everything, it seems like. I think what happens is whenever... so you have to create a mole mouth to create an enclave. So whenever Elle has killed a mole mouth, that is what is essentially destroying these enclaves, because their foundation has been destroyed since the foundation is the mole mouth. I think is what's happening. I think. I'm intrigued.
Hey, it's been a while for multiple reasons. I had the flu for like a week straight, so I've been dealing with that. I'm gonna move right here. Yeah, my whole family had the flu. My husband was gone for like a week on work and caught the flu while he was gone and brought it home to us. So I had the flu right after I finished this. So I didn't get a chance to sit down and do all of my last thoughts. That, and I just kind of needed time to think about it a little bit, because overall, I think I'm a little disappointed, unfortunately. I love her. I love Naomi Novik. This did not go how I thought it would go. I'm still kind of trying to think of how I want to say this. Look at these. Okay. I think my biggest point of contention in this is the whole relationship with Liesel that happens with Elle. Because I don't feel like it was natural. I feel like it kind of comes out of nowhere. And it's kind of just thrown in for some representation and romance for romance's sake. And I don't really feel like it was fitting for either character. There was never any mention of any kind of attraction or anything like that in the second book. And never really in the first book, or in this book, I mean. They kind of just hang out together and are like, oh, hey, you want to hook up? That's basically what happens. And I didn't like it. Getting me worked up. I didn't like it. So much so that I was disappointed a little bit by it. It really just doesn't make sense to me. in the grand scheme of things of what they're doing, they're on their way trying to figure out how to save Orion. And here Elle is hooking up with other people. And it feels icky to me. That would be like if something happened to my husband. Granted, my husband and I are married. Elle and Orion are just seniors in high school. I get that. I get that they're young. They were only like a couple for a year or whatever. You know, I get all of that. But at the same time, that would be like if my husband and I were boyfriend and girlfriend and not husband and wife anymore. If something happened to him and I recruited the help of someone else to help me save him, and in the midst of looking for him and trying to figure out ways to help him, I just hooked up with this person on the side while we were working on helping my boyfriend. That's how I feel about this situation, and it feels icky to me, and I did not like it. Otherwise, I am satisfied enough, I guess. It's like if you are craving a piece of chocolate cake, but you get like a dry piece of chocolate cake from the cafeteria or something. Like, yeah, it's good enough to like satisfy that craving, but it's not really like what you wanted. That's how I feel right now with this book. I like how the prophecy ends. I like how she fulfills the prophecy. I like that twist. I like that she's not actually like this dark sorceress that's intentionally destroying all of the enclaves out of malicious intent. I like that the mall mouths play a larger role in everything. I thought that all of that stuff was interesting. I wish Orion had been in this one a little bit more. I missed him. And I don't know. I don't feel like, in regards to him and everything, I mean, he's the biggest player in this book, essentially. Him and Elle are basically opposites. I don't feel like I got enough of him, and I missed him in this book. I don't feel quite satisfied enough in regards to his character. So yeah, that's really where I land. I'm a little disappointed, to be honest. Which is in itself disappointing because this was one of my most anticipated releases of the year. So that sucks. But it is what it is. It is what it is. That's all I have. I don't really have anything else to say about it. I'm not going to sit here and dog on it. It wasn't terrible. And I'm still going to keep the series just because I love her as an author. But this is the first book I've read by her that I didn't absolutely love. You can't win them all. That's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for sticking with me through this vlog. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe down below and leave a comment. Let me know if you've read this. If you haven't read this, I hope you didn't watch this video because you will get major spoilers. But if you have read this, let me know what your thoughts were because I'm anxious to hear how other people feel. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm so thankful for you. And we'll meet back here next time. See ya.